Hello guys, happy Monday. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit more about proper form. I just got done working out. I am dripping like into my eyeballs, so I apologize. So one of the most important things that you need to be doing when you exercise is watching your form, making sure that you're doing it correctly, but also making sure you are targeting the right muscles, not just going through the movements, but actually making sure that the right muscles are being used in that exercise. If you are not already incorporating a cool down and a warm up stretch, you need to start incorporating that. That is also going to help you. It's going to help stretch out those muscles, less likely to get cramped or pull, strain, any of those things. So that, along with proper form, is going to help your muscles and your joints and keep you safe from getting injured. So I want to talk a little bit. One of the hardest muscle groups to really do correctly is our glutes. We tend to want to use, let me turn my thing off, it's still going. One of the things that we like to do is use other muscles to compensate because our glutes are so weak, right? Especially us women, we tend to hold lots of weight in the gluteus area. Most of the time that is because our hips and thighs and butt, that is all part of how we are built to bear children. So that's typically where things kind of fall for us. And so those are weaker muscles for us. So when you are doing, say, let's do a squat. If you are just doing a regular plain squat, think of how you are doing it. Are you going down and up? Where are you feeling the squeeze? Okay, when you're down like this, are you feeling it in your knees? If you're feeling it in your knees, you're too far forward. Okay, sit back, weight in the heels. All right, you should feel it. I might fall over because I'm like looking at you. You should feel it right in here in this little area, kind of like you're sitting down in the bathroom and you're doing your business and you gotta like pinch it off, right? You should be feeling it in that inner area there along with the outer area. So you're down in your squat, make sure you're feeling it back here. Squeeze those inner cheeks together, and then those outer cheeks will follow, all right? Leading with those glutes, then the hips, then the upper body, okay? You're not going down and coming up and just hinging at the knees. If you're just doing that, you're not gonna see much of a difference. You're working harder, not smarter, okay? Doesn't matter about the quantity of the exercise, it's about the quality of your exercise. That is where you're going to see the results. If you are doing your exercises properly, squeezing the correct muscles. Next, another common one that is difficult is a straight leg deadlift. So a straight leg deadlift just means you're gonna have a slight bend in your knees. You're hinging, okay? Whereas a regular deadlift, you're coming down like this, right? Similar to a squat, just not sitting backwards. But straight leg, you're gonna keep those legs straight, slight bend, and you're hinging at the hips. You should feel a stretch right back here. And that, where that stretches, is where you wanna squeeze to pull yourself up, leading forward with the hips. Squeezing that stretched area and leading forward with the hips. Okay, you've got your weight. It's easy to want to use your back to pull up. See, if I add a weight, and I'm bent over, I'm wanting to pull this weight up, right? And the only way I know how to do that is using my arms and my back. Okay, right? So then I'm doing this. The goal is not to lift the weight, all right? The goal is to just stretch and pinch those glutes. The weight comes when you do that. The weight follows that. It's not about lifting the weight. It's about, sorry, just realized she was chewing on that. It's about squeezing those glutes. The weight comes after. Leave it. Nope. The next one, so those are the same kind of muscles that you're going to use, okay? Just like in the squats. The squats, you're going to use more of that inner cheek, pushing the inner cheek together and squeezing the outer cheeks as you come up. This one's more about squeezing your hamstrings and your glutes. That's why it's called either a straight leg deadlift or a hamstring deadlift. Leave it. Leave it. Good, yes, good. The next one is a side lunge. This one is very, very, very easy for people to compensate with the other leg. All right, when you do your side lunge, you're stepping out, right? And you're squatting down like a squat, but all of the weight is on this side. This is just kind of for stability purposes. When you're coming up, you're still gonna be squeezing those glutes. You're squeezing those, and you're launching off with this leg. This leg does nothing, all right? The leg that's straight out, it's not doing anything but stabilizing you, okay? You're sitting back, weight in the heels. Squeeze those hamstrings, squeeze those glutes. Take it slow and come up and go, okay, I'm feeling it, all right? It is a very minimal squeeze. Like, you're not really going to be like, oh yeah, that's totally it, I feel it, I feel it. You got to really like zone in on that muscle and think squeeze and then lift. All right, hold on 1 second. What are you up to? Got a bored puppy in training. Okay, so you come down, sit back, squeeze. It's a very gentle squeeze, and then launch yourself up. All right, really focus on where that squeeze is coming from. Okay, I'm gonna show you my butte, all right? That squeeze is right here. Outer, inner, and that squeeze for those is gonna be right in between, okay? Lifting that area right there, okay? Don't know if you can see that. I do apologize. But sometimes visuals are a lot easier than other things, okay? And so then when you are working your glutes, it's very, very, very important to stretch them, all right? They can get cramped so easily. It can affect like your IT band. It can affect your hips, your back. It can just your knees, everything, okay? If you are not doing it correctly. So when you are stretching, a good stretch to do, there are two really, really good ones. So you can hold on to something, cross your leg over, and bend down, and you can feel it all the way back in that same area. If you want to make it harder, you can lift and push down, okay? That is one. Oh, there is also another one. If that is difficult for you, you can do it laying down, okay? Just cross it over and pull this leg in. You can pull it in and push it out if you want. Otherwise, just keep pulling in closer and closer. And then the last one, if you are able to do this one takes a little bit more flexibility, but just go down as far as you can. All right, if this is as far as you can go, that's great. I used to not be able to go past this, and now I'm down. All right, you're gonna feel that all the way in the back there. All right, so those are some good stretches for working your glutes. I hope that makes sense. It's really, really important to really think about where the muscle is being used and then zoning in on squeezing it, all right? I want you to do the move and pause in the move. Okay, if you're doing your squats, I want you to pause, squeeze, think about where you're squeezing. Okay, you can see me kind of lifting a little bit. That's because I'm squeezing my booty. Squeezing those cheeks and then lift. Squeezing that the whole time, okay? If you are feeling a lot of that pressure in your knees, put a band around it and that'll help keep your focus on keeping those knees from locking inward. All right, guys, I really hope that helps. If you have questions, just ask. Always here, comment on the video, whatever you need to do. I will try and keep updating with different exercises to help inform you on how to do them correctly, making sure that you are using the correct muscles and really seeing a difference and not just going through the movements, okay? You can work yourself to death and not see any results because you might not be using the muscles correctly. You might not be squeezing the muscles. You might be compensating with other parts of your body, lifting with your leg instead of launching. You may be lifting with this leg instead of launching with that one, okay? All right, guys, see you later.